Hi friends and welcome. My name is Victoria and I'm a mindful movement teacher. Today I have an all levels flow that is meant to reinvigorate the body and move around stagnant energy by engaging our diaphragm or prana pump, prana being life force or life energy. We're going to really harvest our breath as we move today and find that connection between breath and body, right? Between breath and movement. I will be using blocks. I'll be demoing how to use them. They're not required, however, or if you would like to use some and don't have any, you can always use any solid household items. If you need any other props, a strap, a pillow, blanket, up to you really, but really all we will be using are blocks today and our breath. I won't be playing music in the background. However, if you would like to play a little bit of music, you can feel free to do that. Other than that, as always, feel free to take this at your own pace, right? So if you need to pause the video at any point, if you need to take a step back, modify or change anything, it's really up to you. This is your practice at the end of the day. We're going to be starting on our backs here in a supine bound angle or Supta Baddha Konasana. So gently, you're going to find your way onto your back. You'll bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. And then if you would like a little bit more support, you can always slide blocks under your knees, right? Probably a little bit of support under your knees to make this a little bit less intense on the hips. Now, wherever you are here, finding the supine bound angle, feeling a little bit comfortable, you're going to start to wrap your hands around your belly, around the sides of your belly. So right in between your waist and the rib cage, right? And then from here, just letting your elbows melt down towards the floor, let your eyes close, keeping your hands here on the lateral sides of your belly, starting to find your diaphragmatic breath. So what does that mean, right? As you take your next inhale, I want you to notice if you are puffing up through your chest, if you're allowing your shoulders to rise as you breathe in. I want you to instead originate the breath from your lower belly, right? So see if you can expand the space between your belly and your rib cage. See if you can make your hands rise up as you inhale. And then let your belly collapse down as you exhale. Really filling up here the space between your hands as you breathe in, seeing if you can keep the movement in your chest, in your sternum as minimal as possible. And just staying here for a couple more rounds of breath, really being intentional about filling up through your belly as you breathe in. And this doesn't have to be so exaggerated, right? But just being intentional. And then as you find this engagement of your diaphragm, beginning to find a little bit of silence here in your mind, right? Maybe not outrightly shutting down every thought, but just being very aware of what it is that pops up in your mind. Being really aware of any sensations, any feelings, emotions, thoughts, whatever it is, rather than just not thinking about it. Be very conscious about it. And then shift your focus back to your breath, right? Shift your focus back to the movement in your belly. And then noticing this feeling of calm, right? As you really engage your diaphragm, you start to turn on your parasympathetic system, your rest and digest state. And we'll just stay here for a couple more rounds of breath. And then gently, slowly, you can start to open your eyes. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your knees to slowly bring your knees in together. Keeping your left foot on the mat, we'll find figure four. So cross your right ankle over your left thigh, flex your right foot. Option to stay here, option to thread your right arm inside and then hug your left knee in. And then maybe here you roll out your left ankle, just finding an opening here in your right hip, right glute. One more breath. And then from here, switch it out. So you'll drop your right foot, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, flex your left foot, and then option to stay here. Option to once again hug your right knee in to deepen this. And then maybe you circle your right ankle this time, one way, and then the other. And then from here, just hugging both of your knees in, rock side to side, massage your lower back, your middle back. And then from here, bringing your hands behind your knees, start to rock forward and back a couple times, maybe 4 or 5. Massage from the base of your spine all the way to the top of your spine. And then gain enough momentum here to find your way to the top. Cross your ankles under your seat. Find your tabletop position. We'll continue to warm up through our spine here. So fingers wide, inhale, cow pose. Lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. And then exhale, cat, round and curl through your spine. And just continue to take your cat and cows here. Inviting any movement that will allow you to really arrive onto your mat, arrive into your body. You can always find circles with your neck, with your spine. Take about 2 more rounds here. Beautiful. And then from here, finding your way back to your neutral tabletop. You're going to step your right toes back behind you. Spread all of your toes on the mat. And just start to rock forward and back. Opening up through your Achilles heel, calf, ankle. And then we'll do that on the other side. So right, left toe, step back. Rock back and forth. Again, being very intentional about this. And then from here, back to center. Now dial your hands out. So wrist face each other, fingers face out. And just find circles here. Now opening up through our forearms. Warming up the wrist. And then go the other way around. Switch it out. And then from here, flip your hands. So palms face you, fingers face each other. Think about really pushing the floor away to open up through the fronts of your forearms here. And then bring your thumb to your index finger, thumb to your middle finger, ring finger, pinky, and then vice versa. Doing this a couple more times. Still pushing the floor away actively. And then when you're ready, bringing your palms back to the mat. From here, once again, straighten your right leg out. Bring your right heel in line with your right hip. And then find a 90-degree angle. So you bend your right knee. On your next inhale, lift your heel, gaze up. Find a baby back bend. And then exhale, round and curl. Bring your knee to your nose. Again, really pushing the floor away. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lift your heel to the ceiling. Lift your gaze. Exhale, round and curl. One more like that. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, just drop your right knee back. We'll do that on the other side. Extend your left leg back behind you in line with your hip. Now bend your left knee. Inhale, lift your heel, lift your gaze. And then exhale, round and curl. You are really hollowing out through your belly. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round and curl. One more like that. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, round and curl. And then from here, back to your tabletop position. Inhale for your high plank, step your toes back behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, just, again, warming up, settling into the shape. Maybe you pedal into your feet. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. Shake your head side to side. And then from here, finding stillness, once again, turning on your diaphragm. Notice if you are breathing from your chest, from your upper body again, can you transfer your breath to your lower belly here, really expanding like a jellyfish. And then to build a little bit more heat here, inhale, 3-legged down dog, right heel kicks back. Exhale, knee to nose, round and curl. Twice more, inhale, kick back. Exhale, round and curl. Push the floor away, squeeze your heel to your glute. One more, inhale, kick back. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, down dog. We'll do that on the other side. Inhale, left heel kicks back, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round and curl. Inhale, kick back, lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. One more, inhale. And exhale.
Inhale, kick back. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, taking baby steps to the top edge of your mat, little by little, heel to toe. Finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Feet or hips width distance apart. Find a generous bend in your knees. Maybe you grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Maybe you shake your head yes, no. See if you can make your torso so heavy. And if you grab the opposite elbow, switch your grip, opposite forearm to the front. And then from here, dropping your fingers back to the mat. Bend your knees even more, chin to chest, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And then once you reach the top here, again, shaking out whatever needs to get shaken out. Maybe you roll your shoulders back and forth, wrist, ankles, whatever you need. And we'll start with our Surya Namaskar A, Surya Namaskar B, sun salutations, yeah? So from here, mountain, feet together or hips width distance apart, finding length in your spine. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale to flow through your Vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 rounds of breath. Again, can you be really conscious about where your breath is originating here, right? Turning on your prana pump. Prana pump your diaphragm. 1 more breath. And then when you're ready, lift your heels, soften your knees, step or jump to the top. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, stand tall, reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, mountain, arms by your sides twice more. Inhale, reach high, lift your gaze. Exhale, Uttanasana, release. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, flow through your Vinyasa. Keeping your gaze forward here as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 3 rounds of breath. And from here, finding equanimity in your breath, right? So it's not just enough to notice if you are engaging your diaphragm, but also seeing if your inhales and exhales are equal in duration, right? Making sure your inhales are just as long as your exhales and vice versa. Equanimity. And then when you're ready, lift your heels, soften your knees, step or jump to the top. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, stand tall, reach high. Exhale, mountain. Last one. Inhale, reach high, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, lengthen spine, lift your gaze. Exhale, flow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, 3 rounds of breath. Spread all of your fingers wide, spread all of your toes wide, let your head and neck be heavy. And from here, lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, stand tall, reach high. Exhale, mountain, arms by your side. We'll move on to Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, option to flow, option to skip it. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, option to flow, option to skip it. Chest knees loud and proud here. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot forward, ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1, rise. Exhale, flow. Take your time. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, 3 rounds of breath. Finding expansion here in your belly. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale, and then lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, mountain, Tadasana. 1 more like that. Inhale, chair. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, flow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right foot forward, ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior one, reach out. Exhale, flow. Again, stay with your breath here, right? Take your time. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior one to rise. Exhale, flow. Harvesting that connection between breath and movement. Inhale and exhale. And 3 rounds of breath here. Noticing if your mind has traveled, noticing if you're thinking about something else, somewhere else. Come back to this moment, right? Again, focus on your breath. Let your breath be your anchor. And then when you're ready, lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. Beautiful. From here, bringing your feet about as wide, if not a little bit wider than your mat, setting up for Malasana Yogi Squat. From here, sitting, your hips low, bend your knees. And then you want to bring your hands flat on a surface, right? So you can bring them flat on the mat, or you can bring them on blocks to bring the floor closer to you. We're gonna move between a forward fold and a Malasana. So from here, taking a deep breath in, puff up through your chest, press the outer edges of your feet down. Exhale, forward fold, extend your legs, let your head and neck drop. So 3 more times. Inhale, Malasana, sit low. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Twice more, inhale, Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more, inhale, Malasana, drop your tailbone, lift your gaze. And then exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Now from here, inhale, Malasana. Exhale, move your blocks if you use them. You'll bring your left fingertips out to the left in front of your left foot. And then from here, option to stay here, option to reach your right fingertips out, finding this twist in your Malasana, right? And just staying for 2 more rounds of breath. Think about relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, right? Really lifting your chin away from your chest as you open. 1 more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Right fingertips outside of your right foot. Option to stay here, option to lift your left arm up as you inhale. Settling on the exhale. Again, really pressing your knees away from each other here. Let your tailbone drop. Maybe you gaze at your fingertips at the top. 1 more inhale. Stay on the exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to extend your legs. And then exhale, forward fold, feet together or hips width distance apart. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, step back to your downward facing dog. And from here, option to stay here, option to flow through your Vinyasa. So you'll take a deep breath in, high plank, and then exhale to flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. From here, inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round and curl. Inhale, kick back, lengthen. Exhale, step it through. Ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1 to rise. Exhale, warrior 2 to open. Beautiful. From here, front foot parallel to the long edge of your mat, back foot short edge of your mat. Press your right knee to the pinky toe edge of your foot. Power through your arms. 1 more breath here. And then from here, inhale, reverse warrior, sweep your front arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Right arm to the inside of your right leg. Option to use a block under your hand as you sweep your left arm up and overhead. We'll stay here for about 3 to 4 rounds of breath, right? Really think about expanding through your heart space. Root down through the blade of your back foot. And then think about rotating your chest to open, right? Really using this bottom arm to open through your hip. Keep bending into your front knee. 1 more breath. And then from here, inhale to gaze forward in front of your right toes. Exhale, half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Option to bring your block with you. Launch into your right leg as you lift your left leg high. We'll stay here for about 3 rounds of breath, right? Really finding your balance. It's hard to balance and talk at the same time. Think about stacking your hips, power through your back heel. Again, that rotating motion as you open your chest towards the ceiling. Maybe you start to float that bottom hand, even if it's for a second. 1 more inhale. Stay on the exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Gently step back. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten through your front leg. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Spiral your arms, step back and lower. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 rounds of breath. Again, find that connection between breath and movement. Find your breath in your belly, your diaphragm, if you have lost that. And then we'll do all of that on the other side. So inhale, 3-legged down dog, left heel kicks back. Exhale, knee to nose, round and curl. Inhale, kick back, lengthen. Exhale, step it through, low lunge, ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1 to rise. Exhale, warrior 2 to open, readjusting your feet. 2 to 3 rounds of breath here. Think about really finding or taking up as much space as you can on your mat. Notice if you're reaching forward or back, really think about centering your shoulders over your hips. Gaze stays forward, chin parallel to the floor. And from here, inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, extended side angle pose. So again, option for that block under your hand as you sweep your right fingertips up and overhead. Same points of alignment, right? Really think about rooting down through both of your feet. Imagine you're ripping the mat apart with your feet. Keep bending into your front knee as you dial your chest towards the ceiling. And then rotate your right pinky finger in to create space between your ear and your shoulder. 1 more inhale. Stay on the exhale. Inhale to gaze in front of your left toes. Exhale, half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Launching into your left leg. Now lifting and powering through your right leg. Maybe you keep a micro bend in your left knee. As you open here, find an energetic transfer between your bottom middle finger and your top middle finger, right? That prana, moving that energy around in your body. See if you can stack your hips open even more. 1 more inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, gently step it back. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten through your front leg. Exhale, option to flow through your vinyasa, option to skip it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 3 rounds of breath. And now to once again really challenge the breath and movement connection here, we're gonna go through that 1 breath, 1 movement. So inhale, 3-legged down dog, right heel kicks back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, step it through, ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Inhale, gaze at the top edge of your mat. Exhale, half moon pose. Staying for a deep breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Gently step it back. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten through your front leg, reach back. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, right into the left side. Inhale, left leg kicks back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, step it through. Drop your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Again, stay with your breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. From here, inhale, gaze at the front of your left toes. Exhale, half moon pose to lunge. Taking a deep breath in to expand. Exhale, warrior 2. Gently step it back. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, flow. How slow can you go here? Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Taking a couple rounds of breath here. And then really starting to think about your belly again as a jellyfish, right? Try to expand through the margins of your abdomen as you inhale, really filling up the space. And then as you exhale, contract, pull your belly button in. From here, we'll move on to our next flow. So when you're ready, lift your heels soft in your knees, step or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Send your right fingers back, left fingers forward as you open through your chest. And we'll stay here for about a breath or two, making sure your knees are still in line with each other, right? Send your left hip crease back in space. Really lengthening through your spine. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, chair, back to center. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. One more, inhale, chair. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps back. Exhale, stack your hips, bend your right knee, drop your left heel to your glute. And then option to stay here, option to flip your dog, find wild thing as you root down through your heels, open through your hips, open through your heart space, reach back. Staying for an inhale. Settle on the exhale. Inhale, three-legged down dog, back to center, plant your right hand, kick your right foot back. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Ground your back heel, inhale, warrior one, reach out. Exhale, warrior two to open. Beautiful. From here, inhale, straighten through your front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle. Reach your right fingertips forward, forward, forward. Find length in your side body. And then find 6 and 12 on the clock with your arms. And just 3 to 4 rounds of breath here. Think about rolling your inner thighs in towards each other. So back inner thigh back behind you. Front inner thigh forward to neutralize your tailbone. Finding a slight back bend here as you rotate your chest open towards the sky. You can always use a block under your bottom hand. One more breath. Beautiful. From here, inhale to gaze in front of your right toes. Exhale, lift your right toes, lift your torso, parallel your feet. Inhale to open wide. Exhale, Skandasana to the front, right leg bend. So do that twice more. Inhale, open. Exhale, Skandasana. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, Skandasana. 3 rounds of breath. Really think about rooting down through your right heel for this one, right? So if you have to lift your hips slightly, that's fine. You can always use blocks under your hands to bring the floor closer to you. Really finding length in your spine as you puff up through your chest, chin lifts away from your collarbones. One more inhale. Stay on the exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the inside of your right foot. Pivot your feet to face the front. Pick up your back heel. Inhale, low lunge twist, reach your right fingertips up and overhead. Exhale, side plank. Come to the blade of your right foot or drop to your right knee as you stack your hips open to the right. Really lifting through your bottom hip. We'll hold here for 2 rounds of breath. Reaching up, lengthening through your arms. Again, activating that prana, right? Finding all that length. And then from here, option to stay here. Option to find your wild thing once more. Drop your right foot behind you. Root into your heels. Lift your hips. Lift your heart space. Take a deep breath in. Stay on the exhale. One more inhale. Can you lift your hips 1 more inch? Listen here. Exhale. Drop your right hand. Knee to nose curl here. Staying for just 4, 3, 2. Step your right foot in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen spine. Lift your gaze. Exhale, standing split. Launch into your right leg. Hinge your torso forward. You can bring blocks under your hands to bring the floor closer to you, or tent your fingertips on the floor, trying to bring your hands as close to your foot as possible. And then notice if you're spiraling your hips open, rotate your left pinky toe down to the mat. Let your head and neck be heavy. 2 more rounds of breath. And then from here, walk your fingertips under your shoulders. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, knee to nose, round and curl. You can keep a micro bend in this right knee. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lengthen, open. Exhale, round and curl. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen, open. Exhale, round and curl. Listen here. Start to root down through your right heel, lifting your right fingertips. Find your balance as you lift your left knee forward. Lift your torso. You're in this balancing mountain. From here, inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, figure 4. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Sit your hips low, making sure left foot is flexed. And now the lower that you sit, the easier it will be to find your balance, right? So sitting as low as you can, just as loud and proud. And just 2 rounds of breath. Beautiful. From here, inhale, lift back to your balancing mountain. Lift your left knee, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back, lift your gaze. Exhale, option to flow, option to skip it. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, 3 rounds of breath. Feeling the sensation here of that heat, right? Maybe you feel that life force, life energy running through your body right now. Maybe you feel a little bit more awake, more energized. We'll do all of that on the other side. Lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. This time, left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. Same points of alignment. You're still sitting low, weight is in your heels. Send your right hip crease back to bring your knees in line with each other. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale, chair back to center. Exhale, open to the left. Last one, inhale, chair back to center. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Inhale, left heel kicks back this time. Exhale, stack your hips, bend your left knee, drop your left heel to your right glute. And again, option to stay here, option to flip your dog. Drop your left foot as you reach up and back. 1 breath. And then on your next inhale, 3-legged down dog, plant your left hand, kick your left leg back. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Ground your back heel, inhale, warrior 1, lift. Exhale, warrior 2 to open. From here, inhale, triangle, straighten through your front leg, and then exhale, find length as you reach forward and then descend. Same points of alignment, right? I want you to really think about rooting through the outer edge of your back foot here. And see if you can neutralize your tailbone. I want you to think more about expansion than reaching for the floor, right? 2 more rounds of breath. From here on your next inhale, gaze at your left toes. And then exhale to lift your left toes, lift your torso, finding your star pose as you parallel your feet. Inhale to open. Exhale, Skandasana, left knee bends. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, open. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. 1 more, inhale, open. Exhale, Skandasana, 2 to 3 rounds of breath here. Again, for here, I want you to think about keeping this left heel grounded. So maybe you find blocks, maybe you lift your hips. Imagine you have a string running from your tailbone to the crown of your head, lifting you up. 1 more inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the front, staying inside your left foot. Parallel or pick up your back heel. Pivot your feet to face the front. Inhale, low lunge, twist left fingertips, reach overhead. Exhale, side plank, blade of your right foot or right knee. Stack your hips, stack your legs. Top shoulders directly, or bottom shoulders directly under your right wrist. 1 more breath here. And then option to stay here. Option for a wild thing, just step your left foot back. Ground into your feet as you lift your hips, open your heart. Staying for the inhale. Settle on the exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant your left hand round and curl through your spine. Hold for 4, 3, 2, step it through. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, standing split. Launch into your left leg, lift your right. Really flexing through your back foot. Rotate your right pinky toe down to square your hips. See if you can bring your hands even closer to your left foot. Using your inhales to lengthen through your spine and your exhales to hinge even deeper. 1 more breath. And then walk your fingertips under your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen spine, gaze forward. Exhale, knee to nose, round and curl. See if you can really round here, constrict. 2 more, inhale, open. Exhale, round and curl. 1 more, inhale, open. Exhale, round and curl. And then from here, really rooting down through all 4 corners of your left foot as you start to lift your hands off the mat. Draw your right knee in and up. Find your balance here. You're in this balancing mountain. From here, inhale to lift your arms overhead. Exhale, figure 4. Bend your right knee. Let your right ankle rest on top of your left thigh. And then again, the lower you sit, the easier it will be to find your balance. If you set something that's not moving in front of you, this is gonna help you find that balance even more. Just one more breath. Inhale, balancing mountain, arms overhead, lift your right knee. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, option to flow, option to skip it. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, beautiful. 3 rounds of breath here. You can see if you can make your breath expansive. If it's really fast right now, really shallow, be deliberate about finding quality in this exchange of energy, right? It's not just exchange of breath. It's really alchemy, alchemization of energy in your body. And then from here, we'll just take a quick child's pose. So you can drop your knees as wide as your mat, making enough space for your belly to rest. As you bring your big toes to touch behind you, walk your hands forward. Taking a second here to, once again, fill up through your belly as you inhale. So we don't have our hands around our diaphragm anymore. But I want you to think about bringing the edges of your belly to press against your inner thighs here. See how big you can get. And see if the back of your spine starts to lift as well as you inhale. And from here, walking your fingertips to the right edge of your mat, let your left hand rest on top of your right. And then travel through center, bring your hands to the left edge of your mat. Maybe your right hand rest on top of your left. And then from here back to center, just taking one more inhale and an exhale. And then walk your hands closer to you to lift your torso. Cross your ankles under your seat. You'll find a couple of forward folds here. So find Janushirshasana, right leg extends long in front of you, sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh. Flex your right foot as you inhale. And then exhale to face your right leg, hinge over from your hips. You can always use a strap here, or you can just grab whatever's accessible or keep a generous bend in your right knee, right? We'll just stay here for about 4 or 5 rounds of breath. And then from here, gently lifting yourself back up. Plant the sole of your left foot down to the mat, and then bend your right knee. Wrap your left hand around the outer edge of your right foot. From here, inhale to reach your right fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. Option to keep your right leg bent. Option to extend your right leg, finding this revolved Huron pose. I'm just staying here for one more breath. You can really find length in your arms from middle finger to middle finger. One more inhale. Exhale back to center, gently let it go. Now extend your left leg, sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh. Flex your left foot. Inhale to reach your arms overhead. Exhale, drape your torso over your left leg. Now here I'm gonna bend my knee because I have a funky hamstring injury happening, but feel free to take whatever modification you need. And on your next inhale to lift your gaze. Exhale, lift your torso. Now plant your right foot back to the mat. Bend your left knee, wrap your right hand around the blade of your left foot. Inhale to reach your left fingertips up and overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. And again, maybe you keep your knee bent. Maybe you start to extend your leg long in front of you. Rooting down through both of your sitting bones here as you keep opening. Chin lifts away from your chest. And then maybe your gaze follows your left fingers. One more breath. One more inhale. And then exhale back to center, bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. We did our recline, now we're gonna stay seated, right? So soles of your feet together, knees wide. You can bring your heels as close as you'd like to you. From here, inhale to sit up tall, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, hinge from your hips, let your head and neck relax. And again, noticing if your mind has traveled, noticing if you're starting to get distracted by things happening outside of your mat. Rather than trying to silence the mind or stop those thoughts, just shift your focus to your breath. Shift your focus to your 5 senses right now. What do you smell? What do you see? What do you hear? What can you touch or taste? And then coming back to center, lifting your torso. We'll neutralize to our spine. So plant the soles of your feet to the mat. Feet are hips width distance apart. Bring your hands flat on the mat, a couple inches behind your hips, fingers face forward. From here, bring your elbows in towards each other to puff up through your chest. And then bring your hips towards your heels. Lift yourself up. Press the hands, press the heels down against the floor. Just staying for 4. Stay for 3, squeezing your glutes, last 2. Finish this last one. And then from here, gently dropping your hips. Cross your ankles under your seat. Option to take one last vinyasa here before we slow it down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. From here, inhale, 3-legged down dog, right heel kicks back. Exhale, drop your right knee behind your right wrist, right foot behind your left wrist. Left heel is directly behind your left hip. Inhale to puff up through your chest. And then exhale, release to your pigeon. And you can stay on your hands. You can rest on blocks. Up to you. I'm just staying here for a couple rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, walking your hands back under your shoulders to lift your torso, lift your gaze. You'll start to bend your left knee, and then you can use a strap for this, right? Keeping your left hand on the mat, inhale to reach your right fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. Maybe you grab the top of your left foot, top of your ankle, just finding a nice quadricep stretch here. See how close you can bring your heel to your glute. And when you're ready, drop your left foot, untuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Inhale, 3-legged down dog, right heel kicks back. Exhale, down dog, drop your right foot. We'll do that on the left side. Inhale, left heel kicks back. Exhale, drop your left knee behind your left wrist, left foot behind your right wrist. Lengthen through your right leg. Inhale, puff up through your chest. And exhale, find your pigeon. And from here, gently, slowly, once again, bringing your hands back under your shoulders to lift your torso, lift your gaze. From here, maybe you bend your right knee. Right hand stays on the mat as you inhale, left fingertips lengthen to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the left, and then maybe you grab your ankle, top of your foot, whatever is accessible, or you use a strap. And then again, finding this quadricep stretch. Notice if you're rounding through your shoulders, right? Keep pushing the floor away. And just one more breath. And then when you're ready, drop your left foot, plant your left hand, untuck your right toe, lift your right knee. Inhale, three-legged down dog, kick back. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, just staying for about a breath or two. You can always shake your head or pedal into your feet. And then when you're ready, just shifting forward to drop to your knees, cross your ankles under your seat. We'll finish with a supine twist here. So finding your way to your back. You can hug both of your knees in towards your chest. And again, rocking side to side, massage your sacrum, lower back, middle back. And then keeping your knees in. Inhale, give yourself a tight squeeze. Exhale, drop your knees to the left, cactus, or extend your right arm out to the right. Making sure both of your shoulders are firmly grounded here. Maybe your eyes closed, or maybe your eyelids become heavy. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, twist to the right. Now cactus, or extend your left arm out to the left. And then as you twist here, see if you can still expand through your diaphragm as you breathe, right? Twist, constrict that abdominal area slightly, but I want you to see if you can still engage your prana pump. And when you're ready, inhale back to center, give yourself a tight squeeze. Exhale, happy baby. Grab your shins, ankles, blades of your feet as you draw your knees towards the outer edges of your body. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you extend one leg and then the other, right? Any movement that feels good here. And then if you'd like to pause this video to practice any other postures, anything else to tie out your practice, you can. Other than that, when you are ready, you can start to set up in your Shavasana, final resting posture. Let your legs splay out, let your arms splay out. Let your body be heavy, let the floor support you here, yeah? Knowing that you are supported by the universe, knowing that you are supported by your loved ones, by the earth, by everybody around you. See if you can find ease and comfort in that fact here as you find complete stillness. can stay here for as long as you'd like. If you'd like to slowly awaken your body, you can start to deepen your inhale and your next exhale. And then maybe you invite gentle movement into your fingers, into your toes. Maybe you rock your head side to side, massage the nape of your neck. Again, friends, you can stay here for as long as you'd like if you would like to take an even longer Shavasana. If not, I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much again for letting me into your home, for allowing me to guide your practice today. Hopefully we see each other soon, and until next time, thank you.